Here we go, Showcars Melbourne Showdown 12. So this is the second part to it. So these are all the outside cars. So the first part, I've obviously done all the cars inside and the show cars. So I was up early. I stayed straight across the road from Moonee Valley Racetrack and got up early, came out and photographed all the cars coming in, and it was a really good experience for myself as well as the people. As you can see there, people shouting out hello, and there were so many cars and such a wide range of cars as well. So I'm mostly just going to let this run so you can hear the engines and watch the cars as they come in. But you can see the sun's just coming up over the top of the grandstand, and just so many nice cars. So there's quite a few photographers there trying to get shots of the cars as they come in, and this is something I'm looking to do. If you guys like what you're seeing, let me know, because I'm happy to get out of bed and get the footage if people want to see it. I just think it's nice to see the cars in their right environment. Lots of families coming in, which was good to see. This is a great venue. So there's 2 or 3 main areas that they had the parking outside. So out the front, right on the racetrack itself, on the grass, and they had all the food areas out there as well. And then all through the car park on this side that we're on here now, and then around the back in the parking area as well. And there was 2 entrants, so these were all the pre-entered cars, and they were sort of clubbies, I think, and people that were organised, and then other people that were just coming in for the day could actually pay as an entry and drive and park up the back. So I'm going to have a bit of a wander out through there as well and bring you some of that footage as well. People that have been watching me would know that I have a bit of a fancy for these single spinners, and I mean this one's done extremely nicely, sitting super low, and if you check out the number plate, it probably gives you a little bit of an idea that I can't see, and I imagine he can't see too much at all driving that thing because there's not much glass left in it. Going. Nice to see some of these cars, as beautiful cars as they are, just out on a Sunday drive. I think so many people think that most of them are on trailers, but I didn't see any cars outside getting dropped off. They were just all coming down the street and lining up. So there's a nice array of late model stuff like these there as well.
How nice is that?
So obviously like that one.
Pretty good yourself?
Good.
Lovely day for it.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of stop and start because they had to obviously park the cars, so they'd let 10 or 15 in and then get them all parked and then let the next ones in. I mean, everyone was very patient and well behaved, I must admit. See a few panel vans out and about. It's becoming a bit of a trend at the moment.
Morning.
What about this thing? It's not the sort of thing you'd expect to see just coming in through the drive, is it? But there it was. I don't think I've seen so many four-door HQs for a while. Very nice, clean, straight fair lane. My mum drove one of those. So it's just constantly flowing like this for probably an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours, from 7 through till 9. And at times there was a line-up, and other times, like it is now, just a few cars, and then a club would turn up and bank them up a bit.
Nice American two-door.
Stay for cruising the convertible, that's for sure. Bit of diversity, look at that. You got a late model, a Corvette, a nice Ute, and then check out the V-Dub. It's the paintwork and all on this was quite striking the way it was done, and then the rack with the bag on the boot. Caught my eye a couple of times during the day. Nice Nova sneaking in there.
Two lanes, yeah, thank you. Two lanes when you get a chance to get everyone off the road.
I dare say that was a Commodore club by the amount of Commodores that was in that lot. When I'd wandered down and see what the hold-up was. You imagine trying to back and fill and park all these cars in some sort of organised manner, and there was a second gate, so these cars up here were coming in from the other end that I hadn't even seen.
So how much are you asking for your Monaro?
I forgot I'd even done this bit of footage. I don't even remember all these Mustangs. Beautiful.
I'll go look at yours.
Yeah, but that's they said the one that won.
So that's the main entrance there. So by the time this all gets up, and you'll see it shortly, is this whole front area was just rows of cars, a few bikes, and a DJ playing, all different sorts of food. And I thought it was really good that the actual organisers were doing some of the catering out the front, so it was really homegrown, really nice food and good pricing. Really an excellent family day and a good cost-effective day. Elvis and his team did a fantastic job of organising this event, and from what I've seen of it, it seemed to be really run nice and smooth. Didn't see any aggression anywhere in the place, and just a really well presented show. Good, mate.
I know, I'm sorry.
Oh, what a mixture of cars, eh? Unbelievable. I thought this was a classic. Look at this couple in this T-Bird out for a day out. And a butterfly. Oh, I love that. Sure that I can get into that. I love the car, but just sitting on the ground would be better.
This one and the whole bird, they're together, they're going to go up there.
don't think you're quite sure where he wants to go, that one. Check out the colour combination on this. This was a beautiful looking car. So from what I've read, I believe around 400 to 500 cars at this event. And when you consider it's a one-day event, I think that's an outstanding job to be able to orchestrate that and bring it all together and have them all gone again by Sunday night. Good morning. Well, so that's the majority of them in. So I thought I'd just go in and see what I missed inside, and this is the entrance where they get the cars into the first floor, and there's a couple of Commodores I missed. I thought I'd grab those and we'll just walk out through. Now this was effectively the people that just came in for the day that weren't pre-entered, and this is what I sort of seen as a bit of a car park out the back, but some really cool looking cars out here as well. Love the wheel combo on that. I thought I could get away with it on the van, I'd nearly run those wheels, but I don't think it quite suits the 70s, more of a 60s look. You can see a few cars still rolling in there, so you can basically pull up at the gate, pay your $25 entry, that gets you in, and then you pay for anybody else and park up the back, and effectively your car's on show and you've got a car park to see the show. And then just when I thought I'd filmed it all, just on the right hand side from these cars there's another area there with a whole lot of cars, so I had to go down and shoot those as well, try and make sure I got the majority of the cars that were there. So these racetracks make a pretty good venue, and in Sydney, out at Rose Hill in May is the Sydney Hot Rod Show, and good opportunity there to get along to a very similar event to this, but it's a 2-day event, so I'll be up there with PPG and Mercer on the stand, just showing you some of the new Mercer sanders and polishes, and obviously all the colours from PPG. So if you're watching and you're in Sydney, don't forget that's in May. And out at Rose Hill, and it's a similar sort of venue to this. So they had a few traders there. Very good support by the big ones, so Rare Spares, PPG, Penrite. I'm just trying to think who else I've seen the signs for, but very well supported by some of the majors, and it's good to see those people coming on board and supporting what we do. And on the left here, there's a trader here with all his wares, and I'll do a bit of a walk through that for you in a minute. So I was talking to the guy, and he was saying that he used to have the setup where they get the tent out and get all their wares out, and he's not getting any younger, so he decided to get the truck and put them all in there. So we'll have a walk through there in a minute. Bit of a Hot Wheels look about it, that one. A couple of nice Falcons here with some pretty heavy hitting engines in them by the look of them. Now this is the car that grabbed my eye. I was just walking past and had to actually double take and get the camera going because the attention to detail, and it just really popped this car. It was amazing, and I was talking to someone later in the day and they said it's been built about 10 years, and I think it's a credit to the owner that the car is still looking and as clean and sharp as that is after 10 years, because it's difficult to do that. So here we go, we're back in and going to have a look through this. So this is a shop that he takes around to the shows, and everything's for sale. So all the neons and tin signs and petrol pumps all set up in a Pantech, so it's a pretty cool looking thing. But I was a good boy and kept my hand in my pocket, so I didn't spend any money, because I could have. There's something for everyone in there. So back to the cars, and just no end of them. So this is walking down from the top gate now, so down through the Rare Spares banner there. Unusual distributor setup on that one. You can see there it's got a sensor where the distributor normally goes, and I'm presuming 8 coils put away somewhere that works with electronic ignition. Don't think I've ever seen that before on a street car. And obviously turbos are where the power's at nowadays. A couple of little pumps on that one. I'm quite sure making plenty of power. Couldn't help but do a double take on that single spinner. A couple of go fasters here. So the one in the middle there, the Lambo, was part of Drag Week this year. And then next to it, so I've got a little bit of footage of this because the engineering in the front of this car is absolutely amazing. So the inlet running through the middle of the fuel tank into a massive turbo. no, Pro Charger, I would think, running off the front of the crank. But I'll get around the other side in a minute. You'll see the amount of bracketry and the drive mechanisms, quite amazing. And you see the blow-off valve in the top of the inlet manifold. Obviously if they get a backfire it blows the top out, but when I put my head in there and had a look, it's actually got an electrical fitting in there as well that if it does blow it then trips that, and I would think shuts the engine down so it does less damage. Imagine trying to make that all work. Come in for another angle, very impressed. Lloyd said you did a lot of footage of this. I said yeah, it really did tickle my fancy a bit. Everything that's needed to go fast, nothing extra, and all with its place. Even have a look at the brackets on this wing and all, just beautiful. So if you're watching this one and you haven't seen the other, if you're after all the show car stuff, there's all the indoor cars are on a separate video that we've done. This is all the outside cars, and there was hundreds of cars. So these are the ones down the bottom. I said there was some I missed, so I'm glad I went down because there was some super nice cars down there as well. I think that's the third or fourth XY Ute I've seen at this event. Sometimes you're lucky to see one, and there's some spectacular ones here. So this would be the round yard for the horses when they're bringing them out on display. Or they go out, I imagine, because it's had the little grandstand and all behind it. And there's a nice run of hot rods coming up.
They say you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
The paint looks really rich. Never had the opportunity to go for riding something like this, but I imagine it must be pretty sensational. Such a small car with so much engine. Very classic looking engine by that one. Talk about a little car and a lot of engine, check that out. So this promoter, they run another big event down in Melbourne on Father's Day, and they block off some streets in Melbourne and run another event that's apparently bigger than this one. So if you're thinking about getting out and about and getting to some of these bigger shows, Elvis and the boys run a show on Father's Day in Melbourne. So check it out on Facebook. I'm sure there'll be all the info there. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get down there for that, but it'd be a good one to go to. Never seen so many cleaned up, nice looking Commodores that were stock as I did at this event. Nice little cars and another magnificent looking Monaro. So this hot rod just about rounds out this little area. No, it doesn't. I've got to do the ones in the middle. There's a couple here that I don't even know what they were. I was going to say, I think the next one was for sale if you're looking for a bit of a boat to cruise around in. 66 Parisian. Now I haven't seen this coupe before and I just stumbled on it, I didn't see it come in. Check out the interior on this, the amount of bar work, and it's got the big flat screen in it. All carbon fibre internal panels. Something totally different in a coupe, and with the body coloured wheels and all on it. I've never seen that car before and it was definitely a bit of a standout. So as you can see, it's pretty much filled up, and there's a top fueler down there as well, that they were doing fire ups every couple of hours. So that's pretty much a wrap. I've tried to cover as much as I can, but there was so much there. So thanks for joining us again. Thanks for Lovells for their support, and stay tuned because we're going to bring you more and more shows.